Bootcamp day 7. So these are the topics for today. We got asymmetric bias day, strong versus weak area reaction, big volume tool, and important points. Okay, let's start. Say that our bias long term is bullish. We have shifted higher in every day on the profile, so the value is rising. And now we reach this point where we once again shift higher. Okay, we're still bullish. So this will be a symmetrical bias day because the long term is long and the short term is also long. However, say that next day we shift lower. Then the long term is still long and the short term is now short. So this is an asymmetrical day. The only thing I want you to understand is that if the long term is long, this short term shift lower might just be a retracement on the long term trend. So you can still expect a move from the buyers here where you can take a long trade. So that's why Fabio says quite a lot that you should always have a narrative. So don't watch just one session back. You have to watch at least 5 sessions. Say that we are here and we saw that, oh, yesterday we shifted lower. Okay, I'm bearish now. And then when price comes down here and get a reaction, it goes up and you get stopped out, then it's because you missed the long-term auction. You missed the whole narrative. Keep a big overview of what the market is doing. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, what really can flip the auction is if we have these stacked profiles, for example. This is our checkpoint. If you watch my previous video, you will know this. When we accept below the value area low on this stacked profile, so if price comes down here and then we accept below this, now we have clearly accepted value lower. And you can also keep an eye on the composition profile. Say that this is value area high, this is value area low, and I don't know, say this is POC. If we accept below the value area low on the stacked profiles, and also we accept back into value area on the composition profile, well then clearly we have shifted the auction. So keep that in mind. We can have asymmetric days. And if you see something like this, this could just be a retracement. It doesn't mean that the auction has changed. And let me show you a clear example of how it looks on the charts. So clearly we are shifting higher and higher. Here we have our stacked profile zones. What you can do is merge them. We shift higher. Then the next day we shift lower. Okay, watch where we are reacting from. Point of control. So long term we're still bullish. It doesn't matter if we shift lower. What really says that we have now changed the auction, it trade below this zone because buyers are protecting it. And if we trade back into the value area on the composition profile, here we shifted lower, and here it was super clear that we have shift the auction. And then we just kept on going until we reach point of control. Now we have reached point of control. This is usually where big players take profits. We got to bounce back. What will show us that we are clearly bullish again? Well, same idea here. Merge all of these stacked profiles. Mark out the swing point from where it all started, this move down. This is the zone where sellers protected previously. So if we trade above this, then the auction is long again. So it will be interesting to see what will happen in this area. On the composition profile, we are at value area high and we have this zone from the sellers that we need to breach in order to flip the auction to long. And that's it. Next thing, strong versus weak area reaction. Say that we have an important level for the sellers where they might protect. Okay, if price comes up here and it gives us something like this, a big reaction, meaning we get a good displacement lower, well, that indicates a strong area. But if instead price comes up here and we get something like this, and then we start building value higher and higher again, well, then it clearly was a weak area. So when you see something like this, where price is like chopping its way up, then it means that this area is not strong enough. So when you see something like this and you have entered short here, I would cover myself quite quickly because it looks like buyers are building the value higher and higher. So maybe prepare for a break on the roof. Now, I wanted to show you guys a volume 2 that Fabio showed us. It's pretty interesting, but it's quite complex. It has a lot to it, but I don't think I will be using it, but I thought I'd show you guys how it looks. So you have some candles. You see this large candle? So this is like volume candles. The fatter they are, the more volume, the more aggression from buyers. So the idea is, that you can look where there was a lot of aggression. For example, on this candle, that's pretty fat also compared to the other ones. Here is the battle. So if we trade above, that means buyers won the fight and we can take a trade. And you also have on the right side delta profile that shows you delta aggression levels. And also if you zoom in, here you can spot how much aggression there was on each level. And you can also spot absorption. So look at this part. Aggressive sellers that entered here, no results. This is an absorption. So when price came down here, buyers protected this again and you have a good trade setup. But yeah, that's it for this tool. Last thing, important point. So, battle of orders. Wait till they make it clear which side is winning. Because sometimes, say that we are in consolidation area. You have aggressive sellers down here and you have aggressive buyers up here. And then price just keeps on doing this. It's like neither of the sides are winning. Just wait till market makes it clear who is in fact controlling and who won this battle. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you can be in a situation where you really don't know who is controlling the market. It's like super confusing. Wait for one side to clearly show who is winning and controlling the market. That's it. And I'm not saying you can't trade based on this because this is clearly trapped sellers. Yeah, you can take a buy here if you're at the bottom of the range. And these are clearly trapped buyers. You can take a sell here. If this is value area high, this is value area low. So take a buy, take a sell, play the range. Obviously, you can do this. I mean, in a general way, if you try to take a trade and you don't know who is winning, well, maybe wait it out till you know who is winning. That's it. Other point, we got an objective model to use, while Fabio does more of a discretionary trading. What I mean by this, you know that deep effort trading model that we saw earlier, where it plots entry zones for you, like this. So this is not something we have to think about. It does it for us. If you want to trade like this, you can do it. However, if you want to trade like Fabio, he just analyzes the battle of orders. What he watches is this. Maybe sellers, aggressive sellers here, aggressive buyers here, and then that's his entry signal, if you would say it. So one side losing, the other side winning. So he analyzes the battle between orders throughout the chart. Third point, which is super important. Don't go for the hero. That is just fueling your ego. I'm trying to say that if you have an entry, say here, just aim for a 1 to 2. Don't try to aim for the moon. You can be so much more profitable and you can earn a lot of money if you just stick to this. 1 to 2. Nothing more. And last thing, don't try to be right. That is also just fueling your ego. So don't try to predict. If you know that we have a zone here, don't try to put a limit here and say like, yeah, it has to go from here up. No, analyze, be there. Try to understand why something happened instead of just trying to be right and predict. All right, that's it, guys. I'm gonna be honest, there's not so much new stuff that he's mentioning. And the thing that I mentioned in my previous video, that's all. That's legit everything. Right now, he's more just showing how to use it in the market, in the live market. We're now towards the end, and yeah, I've covered everything that I have learned so far from his bootcamp. But yeah, that's all for this bootcamp. I see you on the next one. It will be the last one also. And after this, I'm gonna start live trading using the stuff I learned. So yeah, that's it. See ya.